Well, Donald Trump's victory has surprised leaders around the world. Russian President Vladimir Putin, in fact, expressed hope to restore relations with the United States.
Putin also said even though Russia isn't to blame for the poor relations with America, that he hopes to work with Trump in the future.
Внимательно следили за этой кампанией.
We have been following this campaign with attention.
Хочу поздравить американский народ с завершением избирательного цикла.
And I'd like to congratulate the American people with the end of the electoral cycle.
А господина Дональда Трампа с победой на этих выборах.
And I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Donald Trump with his victory in these elections.
Мы слышали предвыборные заявления еще кандидата в президенты Соединенных Штатов.
We have heard his electoral slogans when he was still a candidate of the presidency,
которые были направлены на восстановление отношений между Россией и Соединенными Штатами.
and he spoke about resuming and restoring relations between Russia and the United States.
Мы понимаем и отдаем себе отчет в том, что это будет непростой путь с учетом той деградации, в которой, к сожалению, находятся отношения между США и Россией.
We understand that the way to that would be difficult, taking into account the current state of degradation of relations between the US and Russia.
И это, как я уже многократно говорил, не наша вина, что российско-американские отношения находятся именно в таком состоянии.
And as I have repeatedly said, that is not our fault that the Russian-American relations are in that poor state.
Но Россия готова и хочет восстановления полноформатных отношений с Соединенными Штатами.
But Russia is ready and wants to restore the full-fledged relations with the United States.
Повторяю, исходим из того, что это будет непростой путь, но мы готовы пройти и свою часть.
I repeat, we understand that this will be a difficult way, but we are ready to play our part in it.
И сделать все, чтобы вернуть российско-американские отношения на устойчивую траекторию развития.
And do everything to return the Russian-American relations to the stable and sustainable development track.
And CBS News foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer now joins us from Moscow. And Liz, quite simply, what are we hearing from the Kremlin at this hour?
Pretty much what you'd expect from a large superpower of a country. In other words, a very formal congratulations to Donald Trump by telegram, and then the statement that you've just heard from President Putin. He sees this as an opportunity to, as he puts it, warm relations between Russia and the United States. What that means is that he hopes the U.S. will be less interventionist, will perhaps lift the sanctions on Russia, maybe even recognize Putin's claim on Crimea, and really leave Russia alone. Putin sees America as an opponent, and he doesn't like American, as he would put it, meddling. And he hopes that President-elect Trump will change course, perhaps focus inwardly, and pay less attention to the rest of the world.
Liz, Donald Trump has said it would be nice to work with Russia to defeat ISIS, but it will probably prove a fairly thorny thing to work with Russia, given Putin's support for Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Of course, the U.S. has firmly been against him and demanded for him to step down. So how could we envision joint talks with Russia even beginning at this point?
It's hard to read Putin's mind. He's a black box, but it would make sense that he would like the U.S. to sort of withdraw from Syria, if you like. The United States has not committed any military resources to central Syria. The U.S. planes have largely been out in the eastern part bombing ISIS, and Putin may want that to become formal. Basically, Donald Trump sending a signal that Russia can do what it likes with Syria as long as it continues to cooperate specifically with the U.S. in the fight against ISIS. And if that means that President Bashar al-Assad stays, then so be it.
Liz Palmer in Moscow, we do appreciate the time.